Hi everyone, welcome to our Turkish channel, but this time is a surprisingly an English video with Hamza Yardimcioglu from Turkey, Istanbul, which we consider to talk in English because this guy has really huge knowledge about many things that we people call as a conspiracy, used to call as a conspiracy, but which all happened during the last few years. So we decided to talk to the world instead of only Turkish people. And this is our first video. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. And hi Hamza, how are you?
Hi Mehmet, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Nice to see you. Yes, Hamza, Turkish people knows you very well. Actually, you're getting popular in Turkey. And now people start to listen what you're saying in Turkey more often and more carefully. So would you please mind to tell just briefly about yourself? Who are you? Who is Hamza?
Okay, first of all, thank you for this nice presentation and thanks for having me. As you mentioned here, I'm an author in Turkey and a TV producer. I'm trying to tell people what I see when I read the world. I call it reading the world, not looking at the world. And I see a picture or I see a text telling me something, and I'm trying to share my views and all these opinions with the audience, with the people in Turkey. And now you're giving me the opportunity to discuss these things in English, and it's a new experience for me. Thank you for that. Let's see what's going to happen in this broadcast.
Yes, exactly. Thanks for joining us as well. So we're in a different and very difficult situation. It's something just started as a pandemic, they call it. Would you give a little bit information? What do you think about what's going on last 2 years?
Yeah, maybe first of all, we need to clarify some terms. Everybody in the world saying the word pandemic.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. Are we sure that it is really a pandemic? Let's look at the numbers. And numbers are telling us something. They don't lie. Mathematics don't lie. The population of the world is 7.9 billion people living in the world. And let's look at the recorded COVID case numbers. It is 185 million. Okay? And this number is also an exaggerated one. You know why? Because think about 2 years ago. Did you make any influenza test? No, but now you have to do it. If you want to get on a plane, get a train, take a bus, or you want to go to the concert or anywhere, even the malls in Turkey need to declare a number which the government issued for you, which is called HES code, which is related to digital health information.
Yeah, like
digital
what we
record.
have in London, like an NHS application, the same, yeah.
There's a ridiculous COVID test mania, okay? Although this situation, the number is 185 million. This is, when we compare it to the world population, I calculated, and anyone can calculate easily, it is 2.3%, the number of cases. And when you look at the number of the people who died of COVID, as they say, it is 4 million. So let's compare it to the case number again. It is 2.1%. You get the disease and you die. This is the percentage, 2.1. And when you compare this percentage to the population of the world, which is 7.9 billion, your possibility to get the disease and die is 0.04%, which means 4 out of 1,000. So, can you still say this is a pandemic, or is just a regular flu, just as it was in 2019. In the past, the media or the World Health Organization or CDC in the United States, they're always pumping this information, the number of cases, the number of people who died, all the time you're hearing this. But in the past you didn't hear that. So this creates a psychology. So there's a question rises here. Why are they doing this ridiculous thing? Why? What's the reason?
Yeah,
there must be something big, like it's a shadow government, as they call it. It's trying to manipulate people's mind. Like, what can be the reason? Before this pandemic days, before 2019, we always talked about there is a paradigm shift, a huge paradigm shift coming in the coming years. A paradigm means the way we define the terms in our life, like sociology, like policy, economy, justice, human relations, anything you can imagine. The way we are defining these terms are changing. And the most important thing, which is in the center of any people in the world, is money. Because we measure everything on the world with this piece of paper. Mehmet, tell me, what is this? Can you tell me what this is? Do you see it?
I see a man on a paper and some numbers on it. So
Yeah.
it's just like a paper, which I'm a designer. Actually, I can design better than that, I think. It's something just designed, yeah.
You ask this question to a person, somebody on the street. They will tell you it is money, but it is absolutely not. It's not money. This is not money. This is IOU, which means I, you, and anybody else owes something to their governments, the central governments, central banks, and the private banks. Actually, I don't owe you. We all owe to these central institutions. And what makes it valuable, but it is relative. Actually, it's not valuable. It has no value. It has no intrinsic value. What makes it look like valuable is it is a debt. There are people who are obligated to pay this debt to these institutions. But if there is no country, no government, or any other kind of local institutions, this is worthless piece of paper. Think about Roman Empire, thousands of years ago. They used gold coins. If you find any gold coin under the soil when you dig it, okay, it is it is still precious. But there is no Roman Empire right now. It's Roman money, but it's still precious. Why? Because it has this intrinsic value. Its value doesn't come from the governments, doesn't come from the banking system, doesn't come from the monetary system. So this monetary system right now on Earth is being expired. This one, which started in 1971, which destroyed its relation with gold and silver or any hard asset, inflated because of these debts, this credit balloon, credit bubble. And now they need a new monetary system, new society system, and it is called global socialism. Because these centers of money, which is the centers of power at the same time, want to make a more centralized design on Earth in terms of monetary system. So this is why we want to be scared. This is why they scare people with
So
this
who
kind
are they, Hamza? Like these people we're talking about, then you said that they're ruling us for centuries.
They are
Now they just
global,
try to change the new system to something that what would you say they call this new system? Like new
global socialism.
global
Socialism with
socialism. Yeah, that's
no
interesting.
private property. No private
No
property. You
private.
don't own anything.
Yeah. So who
They
are these
own
people?
you.
What do they want from the people of the world? So what's and why?
Since the beginning of time, human relations is based on the production roles. There is a production which creates the economy and which makes people's lives sustainable. And in this production process, there is labor force, there are machinery, or before the Industrial Revolution, it was the land instead of machines. And there are the organizers. All the ideologies during whole history claims who will organize the labor force and machinery.
So it's like the landlords. The owners
Yes,
of the land, yeah.
yes, of course. All the ideologies claim something. And capitalism says the one who owns capital organizes everything. This is why it is called capitalism since the beginning of Industrial Revolution. Now look at the world. Who has got the money? There's a global financial system, a banking system. There's a banking elite, a financial elite, and they are based on some financial centers like Wall Street, like City of London, like Hong Kong, Singapore. They are these like bases, financial bases.
IMF as well.
And these, yeah, and IMF is also a part of this organization. And the founders, who has got the capital, now sharing their powers with national governments. But the next step will also be eliminating these governments and taking the whole power in one hand. There will be a global constitution, and then all the nations can have their own laws, but they have to be according to this central global constitution. And it is taking your private property rights. And they are offering you something which is ridiculous, as World Economic Forum declared before. You will own nothing, but you will be happy by the year 2030. Yeah. This is a new paradigm shift, new economic model, new monetary model, which is ridiculous and which people cannot accept in a normal condition, but in absurd conditions like this, it is possible to dictate this new model to the whole world. And also, the pandemic is one part of it, and the other part is coming soon. It is called climate change. They are saying the world is dying, and we have to change the way we produce, the way we work.
So basically, Hamza, actually you're pointing the people who just Donald Trump used to point as well. I'm not a fan of Donald Trump, but he used to point some guys that trying to change the world and trying to change the people's mind through some global plans, which are like more seems friendly. So like we're gonna be together, we don't have differences type of word. But that was against Trump used to say like the nationalism. They were trying to take down people who rules the country, such like Trump, and others, so they can manage the whole world. For those people who trying to change the system, which they've done before, you said, since the industrial revolutions, first, second, third, and now maybe the fourth one is coming, is a digital revolution. So what is behind this? Let's say that's a pandemic, but it's a kind of a pandemic. People calls it pandemic because it's been planned for years before, which you also mentioned in your book before, like maybe more than 5 years this happened. So you told on in your book that it's going to come on 2020, which even you told exactly the month, March. So how did you know that, and what are these people going to do with this pandemic? And then after, you say another plan coming, like a climate change. So why are we still not opening our eyes to this? And what is coming big for us is like kind of a new digital world, which is maybe seems and sounds like a good thing, to be honest, but do you think it's going to cause us more problems to be only digital and stay at home?
Step by step. First of all, you mentioned Donald Trump. He was absolutely right when he was talking about these globalists. He called them globalists, and he said the future doesn't belong to globalists, the future belongs to patriots. But the problem here, he is rejecting this globalist agenda with a nationalistic attitude, because he's poisoned with another ideology, which is called nationalism.
A bit of racism as well,
yeah, racism, you can also say. We see the clash of two different types of power, which is shaped in different minds. But what we need is decentralization. If the power is in one's hand, or in the hands of a small group who are dictating what to do, dictating the laws, the rules, taxation, inflation, which are enslaving people, this is a big problem. This is the major problem of the world. So we have to find.
You're basically saying that the people of the world doesn't know what the state or the government means exactly, or what they should do.
Exactly. They believe they have to be on one side, this one or the other one.
Yeah.
But no, both of them want to enslave you, and also does this. They do this for centuries. You see it in the whole history. There are rulers, governments, kings, okay, they're ruling, and people. But the real power belongs to people, but they don't know this. They are poisoned with ideologies, with religion, with any rhetorics.
So basically, Hamza, this thing, what you're talking about, was being since the history began, and there were like landlords, kings, which they used to own the lands, and they used to slave people anyways. And now they changed the system to like some kind of, with the revolution, they say, as a democracy now, which now the governments, they don't own the land, but they still rule the land. Or why the people of the lands denying to take this power, but still giving some couple of people who rules their lands again?
I don't believe in rulers. I don't believe in the governments. People think there must be a good government, but there is no such thing. A government is never good. So you don't need a government. People can rule themselves. They don't need kings, lords, or dictators. This is the main problem. People don't see this. So they are always searching people to solve their problems. But the power cannot belong to anybody, cannot belong to human. The power belongs to God, only to the God. God is the king, king of kings, and the real king. And all other so-called kings are fake kings. All right? So I believe this is the solution to all the problems of humanity. Not giving power to a group of men and women, but instead you keep it for yourself. Today's world and today's technology, people can collectively make decisions about their lives, their regulations, which are regulating their relations in all terms, economy, in justice, and anything you think you can imagine. And blockchain technology gives this ability, this opportunity. If humanity use this opportunity like the blue pill and the red pill allegory in Matrix movie, we are standing in such a place, in such an edge of change, and we will see it soon. In 2023, I believe there will be a big regime changes in the whole world. We will see this, and it will take 7 years until 2030. This 7 years will be hard, harsh, tough 7 years, and then there will be another process, another opportunity for humanity. But people will suffer during these 7 years. This is what I think, what I foresee about the future.
So you mean people will suffer through what? Like
poverty,
okay.
hunger, injustice.
I mean, okay. So thank you, Hamza, and we'll keep talking about these topics one by one in the next videos. I hope if you still want to join us, hopefully, and we'll try to go more details about what we talk this video, this broadcast, because this one is the one that I want people to know about what you are thinking about the world generally, but we're gonna go more details about what you said about especially this decentralization of the governments, which can be like an idea for the world people, and we'll go for more that, and then we'll see what are those options can be available for every people who are watching us and more, because I think it's now time to talk about the solutions instead of the problems. To be honest, everyone is talking about the problems in every channel and every video, but some people should talk about the solutions as well. So you have some solutions in your mind, I think. So we will hopefully in the next few videos try to go deep and find out what people can do. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us today. You made us.
Thank you, Mehmet. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you, and
you too.
See you soon. Take care.
See you soon. Take care. It's a pleasure. Bye.